first wonder of Wales mentioned in the poem is located approximately 3 miles from the small village of Rhaeadr Mochnant. It is possible to either drive on a narrow road with few passing places, or walk up to the waterfall on a footpath along the riverbank of Pistyll Rhaeadr that acts as a boundary between the Wrexham County Borough and the County of Powys. At the base of the waterfall stands Tan y Pistyll, a small cottage-style building, which is also a cafe. It is an ideal place for resting with a tea or a well-deserved dessert after climbing all the way up to the top of the waterfall to admire the beauty of the whole valley and walking back down on quite a steep path. The river Afon Disgynfa starts high up in the Berwyn Mountains by collecting its waters from its heather and bog moors and ends at the top of Pistyll Rhaeadr. From the base of the waterfall, Afon Rhaeadr flows through the steep-sided valley. Soon after the river starts, a footbridge is spanning over it. It's a perfect place to see the waterfall in its full glory. From here it seems like the water is falling from the sky itself. It goes down in an unbroken torrent before it disappears behind naturally created fairy bridge, only to spurt out onto the rocky cleft and cascade over the black boulders. When George Borrow, famous English writer of novels and travelogues, saw the Pistyll Rhaeadr waterfall for the first time, he recorded that he saw it as an immense skein of silk, agitated and disturbed by tempestuous blast, or to the long tail of a grey courser at furious speed. Others, on first seeing the waterfall, claimed that the falling water seems to be frozen still. But this illusion is broken in seconds by the sounds of the turbulence and water hitting rocks, reminding the viewer that this is indeed a living waterfall. Is it any wonder that Pistyll Rhaeadr has attracted so many visitors, and according to the custodian of this landmark, the number of visitors is increasing each year. Although undoubtedly Pistyll Rhaeadr is one of the most breathtaking waterfalls and landmarks in general in Wales, it is not the tallest single drop or total height waterfall in the country. There are taller ones, like for example Devil's Appendix or Pistyll and Llyn. However, Pistyll Rhaeadr measures an impressive 73 metres or 240 feet in total height, and is higher than Niagara Falls, located in North America. There was a plan to flood the whole valley in the early 19th century. Parliament was asked to consider a proposal by the Warrington Corporation for the creation of 2 large reservoirs within this area. The plan was to acquire 13,600 acres, evict the local population, and drown the villages of Llanymorn, Tregeiriog and Pentre. The local population fought against this proposal, and with the help of Prime Minister David Lloyd George, they managed to stop the whole project from happening. It's hard to imagine how this, as Prime Minister himself was describing it, little bit of heaven on earth, or an exquisite little valley, would look today if the reservoirs would have been created a century ago. The waterfall, surrounded by mountains and covered by rich flora, looks like an isolated world full of mythical creatures that might jump out from around the corner at any moment. It is not surprising then that writers and artists are looking here for inspiration. Rumour has it that even J.R.R. Tolkien himself was creating his high fantasy world and writing parts of his famous books in this magnificent and truly magical place.